When Westerns ruled TV, every kid wanted to be a cowboy. The heroes of the 1950s and 60s stood tall, fought hard, and became legends. Let's ride back in time with 10 amazing fun facts about the toughest gunslingers on television. Number 1. Matt Dillon. Marshal Matt Dillon, played by James Arness, defined TV toughness. Gunsmoke ran for 20 years, making it the longest-running Western in television history. Arness, who stood an imposing 6 feet 7 inches tall, was a real-life war hero, wounded during World War II before taking on the role that made him a legend. The producers originally wanted John Wayne for the role, but the Duke recommended Arness instead and even introduced him in a filmed promo. Arness brought quiet authority to Dodge City, and his gravelly voice and steady gaze became the template for every lawman who followed. For 2 decades, Dillon faced countless gunfights, outlaws, and moral dilemmas. He was never flashy, but always unshakable, a man whose toughness came not just from his gun hand, but from his unyielding sense of right and wrong. Number 2. Lucas McCain, the Rifleman. Chuck Connors starred as Lucas McCain, a widowed rancher with a custom Winchester rifle that could fire faster than any outlaw could draw. The show stood out for its mix of action and heartfelt father-son stories between Lucas and his boy, Mark. Connors, a former professional baseball and basketball player, performed many of his own stunts. His athletic background gave his character believable strength and precision, especially when handling that rapid-fire rifle, which could shoot 12 rounds in under 10 seconds. McCain's brand of toughness wasn't just about firepower. His moral courage and his devotion to his son made him one of the most beloved and complex heroes of the Western era. Audiences admired that blend of grit and heart. Number 3. Paladin. Have gun, will travel. Richard Boone brought a touch of sophistication to the Old West with Paladin, the gentleman gunfighter from Have Gun, Will Travel. Dressed in black, quoting poetry, and living in a San Francisco hotel. Paladin charged $1,000 a job, but only for the right cause. Unlike other cowboys, Paladin had a formal education and a refined demeanor. Yet beneath that charm was a deadly quick draw and iron will. Boone's deep voice and piercing eyes made Paladin one of the most intimidating figures on television. His calling card, embossed with a chest knight, symbolized both brains and brawn. Paladin proved that toughness wasn't just muscle, it was intelligence, restraint, and the ability to outthink an enemy as easily as outshoot one. Please show your support for the channel by subscribing, liking the video, and hitting the notifications bell so that you never miss a new video. Number 4. Brett Maverick. Maverick. James Garner's Brett Maverick wasn't your typical Western hero. He was a charming gambler who preferred wit to weapons. Instead of riding into trouble with fists swinging, Maverick talked, joked, and bluffed his way out. Garner's easygoing style and natural humor made Maverick one of the most popular shows of the late 1950s. His character broke the mold, a reluctant hero who proved brains could sometimes be tougher than brawn. Even when outnumbered or cheated at cards, Maverick's cool head and sharp tongue usually won the day. He showed that toughness could come from staying calm under pressure and knowing when to walk away from a fight. Number 5. The Lone Ranger. The Lone Ranger, Hi-Yo Silver. Clayton Moore's portrayal of the Lone Ranger remains one of television's most enduring images. Masked and mysterious, he rode across the frontier, righting wrongs with his loyal friend, Tonto. The show carried a strong moral message. The Lone Ranger never shot to kill and never drank or cursed. He was the symbol of integrity, the kind of hero parents wanted their kids to look up to. Behind the mask, Moore embodied the role off-screen too, often appearing in costume at charity events. His toughness came from discipline and character, a true knight of the plains who fought for justice without ever crossing the line into vengeance. Number 6. Rowdy Yates, Rawhide. Before Clint Eastwood became the man with no name, he was Rowdy Yates on Rawhide. As a young trail boss, Eastwood showed flashes of the stoic gunslinger he'd later perfect in films. Rawhide followed the hardships of cattle drives, and Yates had to prove himself among seasoned cowhands and ruthless rustlers. Eastwood's calm intensity and sharp stare hinted at the tougher Western roles that lay ahead. Each episode tested Yates's leadership and endurance, showing a toughness born not from ego, but from persistence and grit. He wasn't the boss, but he was always the man you wanted beside you when things went bad. Number 7. Josh Randall, wanted, dead or alive. Steve McQueen made his mark as bounty hunter Josh Randall, carrying the iconic cut-down Winchester mare's leg. The show's fast-paced style and his cool demeanor helped make him a household name. Randall wasn't just a bounty hunter for hire. He often helped those in trouble without asking for a reward. His quiet charisma and lightning-fast reflexes gave the role an edge that made him unforgettable. This was the beginning of his King of Cool persona. Every glare, every smirk, hinted at a toughness that came from raw confidence and a willingness to face any danger head-on. Number 8. Cheyenne Bodie. Cheyenne. Clint Walker's Cheyenne Bodie was one of TV's first true Western giants, literally. At 6 feet 6 inches and built like a mountain, Walker's gentle giant of the plains combined raw strength with quiet humility. Cheyenne was Warner Brothers' first hour-long Western, and Walker's calm, heroic demeanor made him a fan favorite. His character wandered from town to town, solving problems and protecting the innocent with a strong moral compass. Though he looked indestructible, Bodie's strength was as much emotional as physical. He represented the best of the American frontier spirit, brave, fair, and always ready to do what was right, no matter the odds. Number 9. Ben Cartwright, Bonanza. Lorne Greene played Ben Cartwright, Patriarch of the Bonanza family. A widowed father of 3, Ben was as tough with his sons as he was with outlaws threatening the Ponderosa Ranch. Greene's booming voice and calm authority made him the rock that held the family and the show together for 14 years. Bonanza wasn't just about shootouts, it was about values, loyalty, and leadership. Cartwright's toughness came from wisdom and resilience. He weathered tragedy, stood firm against corruption, and taught millions that true strength often lies in compassion and family unity. Number 10. The Virginian. The Virginian. James Drury's Virginian was a quiet, no-nonsense foreman at the Shiloh Ranch. He wasn't flashy, but he didn't have to be. His calm control and strong sense of justice made him one of TV's most respected cowboys. At 90 minutes per episode, The Virginian was one of the longest format westerns ever made, giving Drury room to develop a layered, thoughtful character. He was the kind of man who let actions speak louder than words. The Virginian's toughness wasn't loud or boastful. It was steady, earned through experience, loyalty, and doing the right thing when no one was watching. From lawmen and bounty hunters to ranchers and drifters, these Western heroes shaped what it meant to be tough in America's golden television age. They stood for honor, courage, and doing the right thing, even when it wasn't easy. Each one left their mark on TV history, and together they created the blueprint for the modern hero. So who do you think was the toughest? Let us know in the comments below.